before then, I'd like to know, Ahmed, do you see this CONFAB somewhat of a graduated or upgraded form of the NYSC? Because in your opening, you referenced diverse groups, ethnic backgrounds, and all of that. You know, there's this piece, this Bishi Dauda's piece that I read on the issue some time ago in, I think that was in October in the Nation's newspaper, and he said something along the lines of, I'd like to quote him there. I think I wrote it something. He said, in describing the CONFAB, he said, sorry, I'm just trying to get it here. Okay, so I do not have it here, but if they can just put it up for me, the quote's there. Yes, he said, the CONFAB will strengthen bonds, friendship, cohesion, and patriotism amongst the youth from diverse backgrounds. That's the end of quotes. That's what he said there. You know, I see that, and then I wonder in terms of patriotism, in terms of nationalism, how that plays out. How can nationalism be balanced with ethnic diversity in Nigeria? Nigeria has that's, you know, one, I won't use a negative word there, but we do have a history with that has showed ethnic tensions and power struggles, and how that can also undermine national unity. How can this CONFAB address such or these complexities and promote a sense of Nigerian identity that transcends ethnic affiliations?
That's a very touching question, because for somebody who has, you know, been around leadership in this country, I realized very quickly that at the helms of affairs, they don't see religion, they don't see ethnicity, they don't, you know, these people are all just friends. It's the young people whose eyes, I think, are yet to be open to the fact that Nigeria is just one big family. And the moment we see it like that, the better for us. Because I do not think that the Southern of Sokoto had a problem with Nnamdi Azikiwe, or Nnamdi Azikiwe had a problem with Awolowo. These people were founding fathers of this nation who joined hands together to build this country together. And I think that young people need to draw a lesson from that. Like they say, I'm afraid that young people have not learned, the only thing people have learned from history, that they've not learned anything at all. So to address your question squarely, if you compare this to the NYSC, I'm not sure the NYSC is what it used to be. It's not an indictment on the NYSC, but I think that young Nigerians have found a way to circumvent that system, so much so that the intention of the NYSC was to take people from a different culture and a different background and place them in a different community, a different culture entirely, so they can learn and intermingle. But that has been so diluted at this point, to the point where it's not as effective as it should be. So this CONFAB gives us an opportunity. There are a lot of people who have had conversations online, have never met each other in person. This gives you an opportunity to shake hands across the table and tell yourself, it's not that bad. We're not fighting a war here. We're all pushing for one goal. I don't think there's any Nigerian out there who is looking for this country to disintegrate. I think everybody's just looking for a country that allows them to thrive in their natural way. So if we realize, first of all, that our objectives are the same, like the late governor of Oyo State, Ajumobi, would say, there might be many roads to the market, but we're all heading to a particular destination, and that is a greater Nigeria, a Nigeria that can take its place in the Committee of Nations. That's what we're all pushing for. If we realize that goal, and that's what I think this CONFAB should do, put the ball in front of everybody and say, this is where we're going to. We're looking for a Nigeria that we can all be proud of. How we get there, you bring your idea, I bring my own idea, and by the time we find out that there's a unism in our ideology, that bond that the quote you read spoke about will naturally be established. It's because the moment people have a unity of purpose, the bonds are going to be built. You know, it's like the Babylonians who wanted to build a tower to heaven. They had that unity of purpose, even though they didn't understand each other's. That's exactly our problem. We don't seem to understand that we are building towards things, and our languages are different. So if we sit down on the table, shake hands, we'll achieve whatever goal it is we set as Nigerians.
Indeed.